Sammy? Because I rambled on the last one for like 30 minutes, so I don't want to keep all you up forever.
You did not. No, I don't. I'll go over anything at the end if you forget anything, but I doubt you will. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, we can see Amanda.
Where is she?
Yeah. Okay, so there's 9 people. Is that all your people?
Yeah, looks like it.
I think so.
Okay. Well, I was really excited to Zoom with all of you because you're always so positive, and I just like talking to all in this business for a really specific reason. What are you laughing about, Sammy?
I accidentally muted you. I'm sorry. I'm still learning to control. I won't do that again. Sorry. Go ahead.
Dream come true.
Start over. Okay. So I think all of you are here for like a really specific reason in this business, and you're all on this Zoom for a really specific reason too, because Sammy and I have looked at your numbers and your charts, and all of you are super close to either a promotion, the 400 Club, or your next goal, whatever that might be. So that's really exciting, and we wanted to talk about it now so that you have plenty of time to knock it out this month, and so that's why we're here. So it does not matter if you've been like in this business for 5 days or 3 months or 2 years or whatever. It doesn't matter how long you've been working on this next goal or this promotion, none of that. So just quit thinking about all of that, because you can turn it around right now and you can finish strong. And let me tell you why. So August is like our busiest time. August is a great month, and it's almost Friday, which is super great because everybody gets paid, and you have 7 days. Like the end of the month is always way busier, and if we take advantage of that, it'll really pay off. So that's another reason why we're talking tonight. I want to get you guys all riled up so that you can take advantage of this and knock out your goals, whatever they may be. So if you don't know what your goal is or what you're working on, after this Zoom would be a really good time to reach out to your upline, whoever that may be, and just say, hey, what should I be working on? Or what should I finish this month with? Because it's always good, even if it's not a big promotion, to finish the month strong and go after something, because the end of the month is like where it's at. Not that you should wait till the end of the month, but don't just count this month out, because this is when like crazy stuff happens. Okay, so sometimes when we're trying to go after our goal or our next promotion or something like that, we look at what we need and we either convince ourselves that we can't get it ahead of time, like, oh my gosh, I'm so far away, there's no way I'm going to get that done. So we just quit before we even get started, which is really, that's not good, because if you don't even try, then you're really not going to get it done. Or we freak ourselves out and just start running around trying to make all this magic stuff happen and forget to do the things that we know work. Like, that's all we have to do. We know what works. We have a really good system, and all you have to do is do it. So I think it's really good just to take a step back right now and kind of get back to the basics, because it's really easy to forget those. And that's what, that's what works. That's what's going to make you hit your next goal. So let's just like take a step back and talk about some of those. So we always say like posting is super important. And why is that? Well, it takes someone like an average of seeing something 12 times before they actually want to buy it or want to join your team or something like that. So you have to stay consistent. Even if you feel like you're blowing up everyone's news feed or driving people crazy, you're not. Typically, they only see maybe one of your posts anyways, so they're not seeing every time you post. So I like to say post 3 times a day and mix it up with product and opportunity posts. So if it's in the month and I just need volume, I'm probably going to post more about that, because you post for what you need. If you need a distributor, you're probably going to post more about that too, but definitely just keep the products in there, because you don't want people to forget what we have. Then it's like starting over. Okay. Now what kind of post? This is really big because I know we talk a lot about, well, make sure you're posting and 3 times a day and all that stuff, but we never really talk about how to post. And I had a really great conversation with Sammy earlier that was talking about, like, maybe we should talk about the type of posts because the quality of them gets you really far. If you're just posting a bunch of like sales pitchy ads and like, hey, join my team, or like the ads of the fat fighters, like block your fat and carbs or all that stuff, people just scroll right past those. You might get like someone to ask you a question here or there, but for the most part, they don't even see those because, I mean, they see ads all day long. They're like programmed to just scroll past those. So the ones that I get the most attention on are like the ones with me in them, or when I'm talking about like a personal experience, or when it's something in my own words. Like, I'm not going to say, hey, y'all, why don't you try these fat fighters because they rock my world. Because A, I don't say y'all ever. Shannon, you might use that post, but I wouldn't because I don't say y'all. But, or like, I don't really say rock my world either. Shannon, that might be you too. I don't know. But this would be like her post, not mine. And people are going to know, hey, that's not Danny. She just copied this one, whatever. But if I say something that I talk about and like in my wording, they're going to say, holy cow, that makes sense. Sit down, you're going to have to go, Daddy. The other day I posted a picture of me with a wrap on, and I was just super simple, and I said, guess what I'm doing? I'm so glad I can tighten, tone, and firm in 45 minutes while I'm playing with my kids and cleaning my house and, you know, just typical mom stuff. That's what I talked about. And you would not believe the people that messaged me about that. Just wanting to know more, wanting to know if it really works. And even if they didn't order that day, I still knew they were interested. They're still going to be seeing my post. And it was just, it reminded me that that's what it takes. Like, be a product of the product and talk about it. Because I mean, everybody just got excited about that. So that's what they want to see. Another thing is, so when we talk about the opportunity and I say like, hey, I went to the zoo today and I'm so excited I was able to take off work and go to the zoo with George on his field trip. I'm super excited about that, and all because of It Works and, you know, that whole thing. Now, I could post 15 pictures of the whole field trip, and everybody would probably think that was great, but they'd probably, you know, just scroll past all those or not even see what you were talking about. Instead, if you pick one really good picture, like your favorite one from the trip, and maybe edit it to where it looks like a little eye-catching, and then put the post on that, like, you can post all the other pictures later in like an album or like do your thing that way. But just post one with that opportunity picture, and that's going to jump out to people. People are going to see that, and they're going to read that, and it's going to, you know, trigger the emotions and make people think, and that's what we want to do. We want them to picture themselves like, hey, I would really like to take my son on that field trip. What is she even doing? You know, and at least start asking the questions. So that's like one thing I kind of noticed some people a long time ago doing, and I'm just like, just make it simple. Just make it simple is what it kind of boils down to. Another thing is get in front of the camera. This might not be like the super most comfortable thing to do. I know it wasn't for me, and Sammy like she kind of struggled with it at first too, but it's, sorry, but it's not because we just like blasting selfies all day. It's because people feel like they're comfortable with you and that you're not a stranger. And if it's my face and then my words, it's like I'm talking to them. And if I just posted ads all the time or, you know, not pictures of me, then they would never feel like they know who they're talking to. They would never feel comfortable reaching out to me and being like, hey girl, okay, I saw your post. You know, that kind of thing. So that's why we do it. And I'm telling you, it works. People want to see you. They want to get to know you. And they follow you. Like, I've had so many people say, girl, I've been stalking your Facebook page for months. And it's true, and that makes me feel so good because that makes me know that I'm doing my job right and that I'm letting them know that it's a good opportunity and they're probably going to change their life because of it. So that's really exciting to me. I like it when that happens. I'm sure you probably do too. Okay, another big thing is when you're new, I know you feel like you don't maybe have much to talk about or much to brag about or whatever, but you do. So if you're enrolling like new distributors or new oils, sure, and talk about that. Like, talk about it and make a big deal of it, because it is a big deal. So, like, for instance, if you signed up someone for the wrap challenge, I would say, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. I just signed up Sally for her 12-week wrap challenge, and I was able to do this while I made dinner and helped Harper take a bath. I can't believe I get paid to do this. I'm so excited. And that post right there took care of, A, people are buying from me, and Sally's going to look really great in a couple weeks. And B, like, I get to do this at home and I'm making money. So don't you want part of that too? Like, it just makes all the wheels start turning for those people. And this is what I did when I first started too. Like, you kind of have to dig deep and you have to think outside the box, and you have to think, like, what can I post about? And you just really have to celebrate everything. I hear all the time about girls saying, like, well, I can't post like you do, and I can't say that I make this much a month, because I don't. And that's fine, but I'm telling you, I don't have the advantage over you, because 90% of people don't believe I make that anyways. They just don't. They're like, I'm gonna have to go out to that. Oh my gosh, she loves these things. But they don't believe that, like, I'm making that money. They're like, yeah, right, okay. But if I talk about, hey, I just filled up my Tahoe with gas and I could never do that before, and now I don't even have to worry about it. I can fill that sucker up, and, like, it's not so bad because it works as picking up the tab. If I talk about that, or those $50 fees, or, like, paying for groceries for the week, that's what gets the most attention. That's what people relate to, and that's what all of you can post about. So don't feel like you're at a disadvantage, or that you don't have anything to post about, or not, you know, stuff that people wouldn't be interested in, because they're going to see those and they're going to be like, yeah, I can't make $15,000 a month, but I can make enough to pay, like, my cell phone bill or my car payment, and that would really help us out. So maybe I'm going to give it a shot, or maybe I can talk to her, because I can relate to that. And that is going to get you guys a lot of attention and kind of break down the walls to make people think that this opportunity is for them, because it's for anyone that wants to work hard and give it a shot. So that's really good to think about. Another good tip is, I like to talk about where I was, where I am now, and where I'm going. And this could be, like, after you've been in it a while, or when you first start. It doesn't matter. So, like, before, I was always stressed for money, blah, blah, blah. Now I have a little bit more breathing room in my budget, and I can't wait for the future when I promote to Ruby and I'm making an extra $500 a month. That's going to be huge for my family. I mean, you can do that from day one, and that's huge. And it tells people, like, what to be excited about and all of that kind of stuff. So that's really good. So messages are super important. They're important all the time, but especially at the end of the month when you're pushing for something. So remember, like, posting isn't asking. Our job is to invite people. So whether that be, like, messaging for products or opportunity, we need to change our mindset from the I'm bugging people, or I'm bothering people, or, you know, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to message so-and-so, to I'm either offering them a really great opportunity, because there are several people that are praying at night for a way to make their lives easier or to pay their bills. And our only job is to find them, because there's people just like you and me that will work really hard for this business and that they want it. And we just have to find them. Like, that's it. And that's a huge blessing to people. Like, think about you and how excited and happy you are that you had this opportunity. So when you're messaging for distributors, just think about that. Like, you're not bugging, you're just inviting, and what they do with it is fine. And then about the products, like, that's huge too. I wish someone would have told me a year ago about, well, I guess they did a year ago, 2 years ago, about the greens, because they made me feel so much better. Like, I just wish I would have known, and I never did. No one told me that. I wouldn't have been bothered. I would have been happy. So that's what I try to think of when I'm messaging people and inviting people. I'm just reaching out to them. If they don't want it, that's okay. But if they do, then, like, it just helps everybody. So you're not bugging, you're helping. And even if you have to repeat that to yourself several times a day, do it, because I'm serious. You're not bugging. Okay, so when we are messaging and when we get comments on posts, we always say, like, I'll message you. And when we go to respond to messages, it's super important to send all of your responses to your upline. I'm sure you've heard me say it like a million times, and you probably already know this, but I just want to reiterate it because it's a really good tool and a resource that you have that a lot of other people don't. And that's what we're here for. Like, we've already crashed and burned so many times on saying the wrong things and learning, like, the hard way through our mistakes, that you don't have to do that. So definitely take advantage of it. You're not bugging anybody. And I actually, like, feel really good when someone is asking me questions or wanting to know more, because I'm like, okay, this girl is serious about her business. Like, I'm going to help her. I'm going to, like, push her, and I'm going to do whatever I can for her because I know she wants it and she's working for it, is the first thing I always think. So I'm sure, Sammy, you probably think the same thing. If I go a few days and I, like, don't hear from someone, or, like, a few weeks or something, I'm like, well, I wonder what happened. You know, and you still be there and just scared to message me or whatever, but, like, check in with us. Let us know what's up. Let us know that you're, like, pushing and working hard for it, and, like, we're rooting for you. We're on your team, and we're working hard right there with you. So don't ever feel, like, worried or sad or whatever about that. Okay, another thing is auto shifts. Tomorrow is the last day for them to run. So don't wait until tomorrow to start working, but at the end of the day, tomorrow is where we'll know for sure numbers, like, as far as promotions are, if you're going for that. So check in with your upline. They'll help you, like, keep track of it. Or if you need help, like me, I don't care, that's fine. Because at the end of the month, it's crunch time and we don't really have any room for error there. So it's just super great to check in and do things that way. Also, make sure you are commission qualified, because if not, this is the last night to run your auto ship. So you might want to check that when we get off this. And then I just wanted to kind of share a story really quick, because I had a couple girls on my team that are going for Ruby this month, and they're like super close. I think she was 300 or something before auto ships, like super close, totally doable. And I talked to her today, and she's like, well, I'm okay where I'm at. If Ruby doesn't happen this month, it's okay. It's fine. Maybe next month. I'm just, you know, it's probably not going to happen. Like, I just know it's not going to happen. And I was so sad when she was saying that, because it just, like, took me back. Like, she was already deciding that it wasn't going to happen and that she was giving up before she even started. And she's so close. Like, that, a $500 bonus, like, $500 was huge to me when I started. That paid for bills, that paid for diapers, that paid for groceries. And so I'm like, no, you're not going to, like, do that. It's not a question of if you're going to do it. You're going to do it if you want to do it. You have to decide. That's all what it comes down to. You have to sit there and decide, like, is this going to happen? Yes. And I'm going to do it. There's no plan B. It's just plan A. So my story to her was, last February is when I promoted to Double Diamond and my sister promoted to Diamond. They had these crazy bonuses out, which was great, and they announced it in the middle of the month. So we had, like, I think 12 days or something crazy. It was a short month. It was February 28th was the last day, and they announced it, and I just, like, sat there and I was, like, freaking out in my head, and I knew Sammy was going to call me any minute and, like, want to talk about it. So I had to, like, get it together because I didn't want to rain on her parade. But I was sitting there thinking, like, we are so far away. We're, like, 5 distributors and, like, $1 million in volume. Like, holy crap, she's going to want to hit this bonus. What am I going to do? And it was just really stressful. And so I took a step back and I was like, okay, Danny, get over yourself, because you're not going to, like, ruin her promotion, and you're not going to ruin your own promotion, because, like, you have 12 days. Like, anything can happen, and that's what we're going to do. So she did call me within, like, 2 minutes, and we started talking about it, and, like, we were both nervous and stressful, but we just decided, like, there's no plan B. This is our plan A. Let's work really hard and get this done. So we worked so hard, like, so hard every single day. Messaged people constantly, talked to people constantly, checked in with everybody. And with 2 days left, we had a little over $1,200 in volume that we needed. I think it was around there, which is a lot. Like, $1,200 is a lot. And I have people crying about 200 in volume that they need. And I'm like, no, you don't get to do that. And so I'm looking at our numbers and I'm like, okay, like we were even counting down to the hours. Like, okay, well, we have 22 hours left. Like, because at the end of the month, like you don't sleep. Like you pretty much don't sleep. So that wasn't a big deal. And we just kept going and we got one more order and one more order and one more order. And before you know it, like we did it. Like it wasn't gonna not happen. It was just gonna happen because like it just did. And that was so much, and it spoke volumes to me. And I'm not even like talking about us having a whole team of rock star workers. We didn't. We had charts full of people that like weren't even talking to us anymore and hadn't posted in months, and that like they weren't doing anything. I'm not saying that it was everybody, but our chart was really sad. It just was. And so we knew it was our promotions and it was like our lives being changed too. So we had to step up, and I wasn't going to let anybody else being an excuse. Like, no, they weren't going to do that. Like I was going to get it done because this was important to us. And I'm like, can't even tell you how much like a promotion, and even if there's not a bonus, just that increase and that raise will do for your family, and what it's done for my family, and I know what it's done for Sammy's family is just huge. So I'm not sitting here being like, oh man, I wish I would have like watched a few more TV shows, or I wish I would have played with Harper a little bit more, because I did play with her the whole time. And now I can take her shopping when I want to, and we can go to the zoo, and we can do like all that stuff that I wouldn't have been able to do when I wanted to. And that's just the truth. You have to choose your pain. Are you gonna have a little pain from like working a little bit more and trying a little bit harder and like stressing out a little bit over it and get it done? Or are you gonna have the pain of regretting it later and wondering like, what if, or I maybe should have messaged my people that day? And I didn't want to have that. So that's what I did. I've never once regretted it, and I know that you guys won't either, and that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I know like each and every one of you are so close, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to like do it for you, and I just want to give you all big hugs because I know what you're capable of, and I just want you to know that too, because it's so, so true. So Sammy, did I miss anything? I feel like I just ran through all that.
I unmuted first. No, you did great. That was so awesome. The only thing is, even if you're not close, like everybody's close to something this month, like whether it be executive or Ruby or even making it into the 400 club, like if you don't have a goal you're pushing for the next however many days till the end of the month, you need to have a goal, or else you just won't reach it. Like you have to have a goal. Yeah,
and the really cool thing is like you get to carry that momentum over until the next month. And once you have, they call it the big like momentum on your side, like it goes from there. Like it's not going to stop, and you guys aren't going to stop, because you'll see the rewards, and it's so worth it. So worth it. Does anybody have any? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
One more thing I was going to tell you guys, to edit your pictures. I don't know if you guys have a favorite app to do that or not, but by far the best one, my favorite one, is an app called PicTapGo. And I'm pretty sure it's free. I think it's free. But anyways, can you see it on there? It's that little circle one. Whoops, there it went. But anyways, it is. Am I frozen? Okay.
No, that's a good app though too. It's really easy to use. I can even figure it out, and it takes like 15 seconds maybe, and you're done. And it makes pictures really good. I always use it.
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference if your pictures are like nice and bright and clean and pretty. And so I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions? Somebody's got a question. You got to unmute though. Maybe I'll unmute all you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, what was the app called again? Because you stuttered out.
It's called PicTapGo, like PicTapGo. It's my favorite one. It's that little orange one right there, yellow one.
That's like a camera or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. She told me about it a long time ago, and it made my life so much easier because all these other people are posting these fantastic pictures. I'm like, are they using cameras or something? Like, I don't have time to like use cameras all the time and edit them and whatever. And I use that app and I don't have to. It's like fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, if there aren't any questions, I just want to end my end with saying, like, what you need to do is just make a plan of action, how you're going to finish these 7 days, which we all know is like an eternity in this business. It's so long, you guys, but it's only long if we start now. And so we can get like our goals done and smash these goals and get these promotions or whatever we're working on done. So you might want to like clear some time out and just make like a strict schedule for what you're going to stick to and what you're going to get done, and be laser focused and just get it done, because I want to celebrate with all of you this month, or the end of this month, and I know it's possible, and I'm just really excited to see that, because I know each of you has exactly what it takes to get it done, or you wouldn't be here. So yay for all of you guys.
And I second all of that, for sure. I'm so glad you guys all got on here. It's so nice to talk to all of you. I'm so looking forward to it, and message me if you don't know what your goal is for the end of the month. Message me and we will come up with it. Like, everybody can have a goal to meet, and everybody can definitely meet it. So, anything else, Shannon?
I know that, I mean, I'm talking to Jenna and Rhonda here. You girls are so close. Like, we're talking like just a couple of orders close. So you got to send your messages, because like, I'm going to pee my pants when you get promotions. And y'all, I'm going to pee my pants when you get promotions.
I told you she said it a lot.
Are you wearing your knickers?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I got Sharon who's right on the verge. We're all right there. We just have to stay positive, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing, you know, and asking. I got a text today from one of my girls. And it starts with, "This is a really stupid question." And I'm like, no, none of it's a stupid question. Nothing is a stupid question. And even if you think that, you know, you're not getting the basic idea of the thing, just ask. Just ask, because I promise you, I did the same thing to Sammy. Like, I still do the same thing to Sammy. And if she doesn't answer me fast enough, then I do it to Danny. So no question is stupid, ever. So if you you got something to ask, just ask. It's better to ask than to not know.
I
got
agree.
another little customer to
What'd
put
you
in.
say?
You did, Rhonda?
I said I got another little customer to put in.
Good girl.
Ruby
Good girl,
is
Greenie.
yours.
I know.
Is that Ruby Rhonda?
Yeah, that'd be Rhonda. I'm sitting out here in the dark because I kept losing you.
Are you outside?
Yeah, because I
Dedication,
kept losing
lady.
back there. I had to go outside.
Dedication right there.
I live down in here.
You are killing it this month. You're doing so awesome. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, girls. Well, this has been so much fun, and let's plan on doing it again next week. And thank you.
Proud of everybody. We're totally.
Oh, was I frozen again?
You were frozen.
Okay. Well, yes, I'm so proud of all you guys, and this was so much fun. Let's plan on doing it again next week. And thank you so much for everybody for getting on here. Like, you have to show up to go up, and
Hi, Wesley.
there's Wes. I would kick him off of here, but technically he's a Ruby on the team, so.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, girls. Bye.
Bye, Harper.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.